Welcome to Yoga Travels with Karen. I'm Karen, and today I'm going to take you through a nice routine to open up those hip flexors and release the hamstrings. So we'll do a bit of lower lunge work and also some standing up. You might need a couple of blocks or a couple of big books, something like that, if you need to just put your hands on something to help with the hamstring stretches. So if you're ready, come and join me on the mat and we'll get started. All right, let's start in our seated position, finding a nice even balance on both sit bones. Just bringing the chin a little bit towards the chest and back. You might feel that your ears are over your shoulders, straightening the back nicely. Hands are just relaxed on the knees. Taking some nice slow breaths. As we inhale, we fill up the belly. You might feel a little bit more coming up into the ribs and into the chest. And as you exhale, release through the chest, the ribs, and soften the belly, pulling the belly button back to the spine. Nice big inhale. You might feel your body move a little bit as you inhale and exhale. Find your own pace, your own breath, and try and slow it down over the next minute or so. Feel the shoulders soften. Maybe even a little smile can form on your face as you relax through the forehead and the jaw. Feel your surrounds. Maybe there's a cool breeze like there is here. Or maybe it's nice and warm where you are. Be aware of the sensations of the body that are being stimulated by the external forces. Good. After your next breath or after your next exhale, let's take a nice big inhale with the hands lifting all the way up and float the hands down. Try and keep all the breaths in and out of the nose. Inhale, lift. Exhale, join the palms and exhale down the center line. Let's do one more inhale. Separate the hands and float them down with the exhale. Beautiful. All right, we're going to come straight over into a tabletop position. Let's come onto our hands and our knees. Knees are hip distance apart and the feet are a little bit apart as well. Hands are under the elbows, or wrists are under the elbows and under the shoulders. Maybe even a little bit forward and just looking forward between the hands. Pulling that belly button back up to the spine. And nice flat back, take an inhale. And as you exhale, tuck that tailbone under. Tuck the chin towards the chest, looking towards the legs. Pushing up through the shoulders, through the arms. And as you inhale, let's drop the belly, tilt that tailbone up. And just looking diagonally forward. Let that belly fall. Not collapsing through the arms or lifting up through the shoulders. Inhale, tuck the tailbone. Exhale, drop the belly, tilt the tailbone up, looking forward. You might even feel the need to cough as you release all that stale air in the lungs with your nice deep breaths. Going with your breath. Good, one more. Beautiful. Let's bring those big toes together, and you can leave the knees together, or you can separate them a little bit, just coming into a child pose for a couple of breaths. Let's take a breath to get all the way down. So we have the hands out in front, lift the chest with an inhale. And as you exhale, really melt that chest down towards the mat, forehead coming down. Good, let's lift the head. We're going to stretch out those arms, spread the fingers, so the index fingers are parallel to the sides of the mats, lifting the bottom. We're going to bring the knees in, tuck the toes, coming into a downward dog. Lifting the buttocks up nice and high. Let's just walk those feet out until you find a nice spot where you can maybe bring both heels down. You might have to walk your feet towards your hands a little. Just finding that spot, really rolling those armpits towards each other, looking back towards the legs. Good. Let's bring that left foot into the center. We're going to lift that right leg, coming into a three-legged dog. Stack the hips, bend the leg, and looking under the right shoulder, lifting up nice and high. Flex that foot. Good, let's stretch that leg, square the hips and bring that foot down. Let's go the other leg, lifting up now. Stack the hips, bend that knee, flex the foot. Good, stretching that leg out now, squaring the hips, bringing that foot down. All right, let's step that right foot forward. I'm gonna bring that back knee down. Hands are either side of that front foot and just looking forward. Opening up that chest a little. Good, this may be where you need your blocks. Coming back into our hamstring stretch, lifting the toes, straightening the leg, and you can use the blocks on any level that you need. You might only need a little bit of help, or maybe a lot depending on how tight your hamstrings are. Now we're going to pull this hip back, so we're squaring those hips, pressing that heel down a little bit into the mat, almost as though we're sliding it back. Flexing that front foot and facing that sole of the foot straight to the front. Good, let's release the toes back down, coming into a low lunge. I'm going to lift those hands up nice and high, join the palms together, interlace the fingers, index fingers pointing up. Take a breath here, and as you exhale, slide that front knee forward, shoulders coming down, the left hip flexor opening up nicely, and find your gaze. You can look straight ahead, diagonally up, or all the way up. We'll challenge your balance. Good, let's bring the hands down, hamstring stretch, toes coming up. Beautiful. Pulling that right hip back, left hip's coming forward a touch maybe. Good, let's come forward again. We're going to bring that left hand down. The right hand's going to come onto our right knee. Now you can stay here, you can leave that knee down, or you can tuck the back toes and lift up that knee, and let's reach up. Nice twist, looking up towards the hand. Beautiful. Okay, let's bring the hand either side. If your knee's down, if you could bring it up now. We're going to bring that back foot in a little bit. A slightly different hamstring stretch now. So this time we'll bring the blocks either side of that front foot, again, wherever you might need it. Straightening through that front leg. If you find that you're not using blocks and you're bending and struggling, just grab some books or something to make it a little bit easier so you can come into the pose, I guess, more correctly and really feel that hamstring stretch. I feel that all the way through here, through my buttocks, which will then also release any tension in the lower back. Remember to keep breathing. Okay, we're going to bend that front knee, bring those blocks out to the side, and the hands are going to come in front of that foot and looking straight down between the hands. Now the weight's going to come into that front leg. We're going to lift up that back leg. We're going to point the toes down, keep those hips nice and parallel to the mat. Little bend in that front leg to find your balance. You can lift your hands up. You might not be able to lift your hands up, but that's okay. Just give it a try that they come on either side of the hips. You might bring them out to the sides. Doesn't matter if you fall out, I fall out all the time. Come back into it. You might bring the arms out to the front, and once you find your balance, straighten a little bit more through that front leg. Remember the toes are pointing down. Hold for a little bit longer. Good, let's bring the hands down, and we're going to step that foot back, coming into a nice high lunge. Beautiful, lift the arms up, join, interlace those fingers, index fingers pointing up. Inhale here, exhale, sliding that front knee down, shoulders down, find your gaze here. Open up that left hip flexor. One more breath. And release the hands down, step that foot back, walk the heels out, downward dog. Beautiful, come up high on the toes, press both heels down, looking back. And then looking between the hands, stepping our left foot forward now, the knees coming down, untuck the toes, coming into our low lunge, just wiggling the foot forward, hands are either side of that front foot. Looking forward to open up that chest a little. Good, let's walk the hands back, toes are coming up, grab your blocks on the way. Nice hamstring stretch. Toes are up. Good. Excellent. Bring those toes down. We're going to bring our right hand down. Left hand comes onto our left knee. And from here you can either tuck your toes to lift the back knee, or we'll leave the knee where it is. And we're going to open and twist, lifting up. Lift up the hand, look up towards the hand. Allow those hips to come down, opening up that right hip flexor. Nice twist. Beautiful, bring the hand down. If your knee's down, please join us now, bringing it up. Slide that back foot forward, coming on a 45-degree angle. Find your blocks, place them either side of your front foot, straightening through that front leg. Nice hamstring stretch. Not locking that front leg. You don't want to hyperextend it. Just a tiny little micro bend. Good. All right, let's bend that front leg. We're going to place the blocks down, place the hands a little bit forward of that front foot. We're going to lift up the back leg now, balancing on our left leg. See how you go? Toes are pointed down. Bend in that front leg. You might find this side is a little different, and feel free to use your blocks to help you. Or if you've got a wall, you can just keep your hands down. You might find one side is completely different to the other. Arms can be alongside the body, straight out. Toes are pointed down. Good, bring those hands down and step that back foot back, coming into a high lunge, lifting the hands all the way up, interlace the fingers, point the fingers up, the index fingers up. Take a breath here, and as you exhale, sliding through that left knee, opening up the right hip flexor. Find your gaze, relax the shoulders. One more breath. Good. Release the hands down either side of that front foot. Step it back. Downward dog. Walk out those heels. Release the muscles through the buttocks, quadriceps, hamstrings. You've worked hard. Come up on the toes. Bring those knees down. Come into a child pose, so knees either wide or together, whatever suits you best. Take some nice slow breaths to get there. And relaxing down, forehead coming down onto the mat. Slow the breath, calm the breath. Relax the body. Excellent. Let's slowly make our way all the way over, lying down, coming into Shavasana, coming into a supine position. Let's bring those knees into the chest, pull them in, nose to the knees. Bring the head down, keep the knees in nice and tight. Maybe rocking them gently side to side. Let's bring the arms in a T position. Let's drop the knees down to the right hand side, looking to the left. Try and keep those shoulders nice and flat on the mat. Beautiful. Bring the head back to center. Inhale here. As you exhale, just press those hands down, lifting the knees and rolling to the other side. Looking in the opposite direction. Good. Let's bring that head back to center. Inhale here. And exhale, press the hands down, lifting the knees back to center. Let's walk the feet down all the way out into Shavasana. You might like to leave your arms out this wide, or maybe bring them in a little bit closer to the body. Totally up to you, whatever feels comfortable. And slowly roll that chin a little bit towards the chest, so we're flattening out the back of the neck. And we're relaxing through the body. Relax the forehead, the cheeks, the chin. Separate the teeth to relax the jaw. Relax through the neck and the shoulders. Relax along the arms to the tips of the fingers. Relax the chest and the belly, all the way along the spine from the top of your back to your hips, relaxing through the hips and the buttocks. Relaxing the legs through to the feet, the tips of the toes. Be aware of any points of tension. Take a big breath in. And as you exhale, relax the whole body in Shavasana. Feel free to stay here as long as you need. Thank you for joining me. Namaste, and we'll see you next time.